YouTube. Cast episode 9. HutchGate. Or Highway to HutchGate. I like that better. Okay, good. Okay, that's let me just go and share this out, and then we'll get started. And then I'll just get this out there in a second, and we should be good to go. Okay, let me share this in the Discords. And we'll see who's actually up at this hour. I'm gonna have to call the show Killing the Trolls at the rate we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, got it out there. I'll just put it in one more spot. Throw it on the Facebook here in a second. And then we should be good. So while we're waiting, you had made a mention on the Discord about Diablo 4 being in trouble, and I don't think you're wrong on that.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to Diablo 4 for a really long time. And actually, after I quit the first time, I started up a gaming server for Diablo 2 Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
And then that same gaming server turned into the gaming server for Lost Ark. So I've just been kind of a little bit of a gaming refugee in the last 10 months or so. And now we're back. So
Okay.
yeah, $110,000 to get your shit geared up in Diablo Immortal.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone's calling it Diablo Immoral. So, you know.
Oh, and they can hear my queue up, so let me fix that. Let me
I
just
get it. I get it.
turn off my queue up. Where is my queue up on here?
AA.
Okay. Are you able to hear me, Nib, still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I turned off my push to talk. Alright, good. They won't be able to hear my key up anymore. Okay, so, I mean, we are live. People are slowly getting in here. I'm not sure how many people are going to be here at this hour.
Yeah, not going to be a regular thing. I think, you know why I'm so busy this week.
Yeah, your game's coming out.
Yeah, on Friday. So,
For real? Is it this Friday or 2023 Friday?
well, you'll just have to see, I guess. So, um, so yeah, I mean, this is going to be like just this week. It's a little bit of a hard ask to get another hour where I can like negotiate it with my wife. Like, okay, I've been busting my ass on this release and not doing nearly as much parenting as I normally do. So a little bit of an ask for another hour at a decent time. But maybe like what did we do it before? Like 7 at Sunday or something like that.
I think around noon on Sunday. I don't even remember now. It's been so
I think it
long.
was more like 6 or 7 on a Sunday, which should be fine. Like maybe not next week, but the week after that.
Right.
So.
We'll figure something out. But anyway, this is episode 9. We've somehow gotten back here. This game has definitely pulled Nibs back into the fold. The only person we're waiting on to get back in as well is Loliette, who still has a missing poster as well. I didn't even bother to take those down. I'm like, it's going to stay up there, because technically your original account is still missing.
Oh, you have the old background in there.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Here. Episode 9. Where did I put it?
I'll use that as a thumbnail.
Okay.
I like the old background. It's funny. Although, hey,
Yeah.
eventually Killing Machine's getting his Blossom. That's a
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah. I haven't looked at it. Is it good?
From what I can see, it's not hateful, and plus he's going to have a lot more attack with rank 8, so you may actually use him for some strats where you want to just critical a crack-sensitive foe.
Yeah. That's cool. I remember the Killing Machine reminds me of the first couple of weeks of this game, uh, which you know I only had to spend like 200 or 300 bucks to get into Max Awakened, and everyone just just shit themselves like, how did you do that? It's like, well, you have an infinite reroll for two of them, and you only have to get four more. And then I got now that I know the odds of rolling a Banner S unit, I got quite lucky with Killing Machine. So
Well,
that kind of set off the entire tone of DQT. Well, me and DQT's
yeah.
relationship. So
Plus, again, that was like the give me one because again, I think I got two KMs and a WK out of that, and I was like, okay,
yeah, that's like
that's
the best roll.
yeah, that's okay. I'm keeping it. We're good. And then there were motherfuckers who were re-rolling for like days trying to get that exact roll, and I'm over here like,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
if you roll for too long, then you're not a day one player anymore.
no,
So you gotta take it at some point.
which happened to a lot of people because we only had, I think, like 12 hours for the first day technically because it
Hmm.
opened up late at night and back then reset was like at noon. But yeah, yeah, when, you don't have that anymore. I mean, you have the awakening shards, but nobody was gonna get 100 awakening shards for KM
Right.
month 1, month 2, hell, even month 3 for him
Oh
back
God,
then.
do you remember the whole big thing was how like if you did the mastery quest, whether or not you got two mastery medals and one of the family shards was like the big. 'Cause Delzor hyped that up. Like, yeah, if you're really lucky, then you get the whole shebang rather than just one mastery medal. That was like the big popular thing in the first couple of weeks.
Hey, Pack. Oh yeah, it was great because I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't. I don't care about it as much back then, but now where I need like 8 medals to get an awakening on Zaro, I'm like, please give me the double roll today, so we don't
Yeah,
have to wait 8 days and maybe I only have to wait 4. But no, that's been single pulls, which
yeah.
sucks.
It's usually single pulls. I think they're gonna give us 99 of each family shard pretty soon.
Oh really? For like what's it called for the anniversary?
Yeah, for the 1.5 or monsters or something. So my game news is like completely gimped at the moment. So hopefully I'm still funny and entertaining.
Uh, well, most people kind of gave up on the game news. Like I went back and was looking at some of the old spreadsheets since we got the troll one, and I remember the one some guy had where he mapped out all the events from like what they were in JP, and then he gave up on like Dimension Dragon, like just stopped completely, like just disappeared off the face of the earth. And I'm like, fuck, this guy was informative. Like what?
Yeah,
Where did this guy go? He had like estimated projections. And I think
yeah,
somebody gave him shit because Dread Dragon didn't come out when he said it was, and I think he just gave up at that point.
yeah. I can see why this community, frankly, could drive off uh, mentally stable, sane people.
The guy's like, well, how did I didn't know it was not gonna drop
He's not on
later.
the fucking dev team.
Yeah, I mean nobody knew Dread Dragon was gonna get skipped and then drop randomly in the middle of the whole set. It's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, I mean, everyone treated him like the fucking like Jesus, like he was the patron saint of truth for the first several months of the game.
Right.
It was like, well, Alzor said it, so.
Uh,
Eventually, I think I was one of the first people to be like, all right, we've been, we're not new anymore. We can kind of get away from Delzor's like
mentoring or whatever.
scripture,
Yeah.
like the Ten Commandments of Delzor. So,
Well, Well, it worked out for me. I didn't listen to him. Pulled on Baramos, and he's been a key asset to my teams for the longest of time now because of his blossoming. So that's a
Baramos
win.
is a pain in the ass in arena. That is for sure. I don't even go against him if I have to. So
It's great. Yay,
well,
triple
so
confuse.
yeah, so I'm in arena watch now,
Yeah,
and so I gotta share. They're all nice people. Like they're all genuine. They're all nice people. Like genuine and helpful. But I have to just a couple of days ago. Yeah, and I know I'm a has-been. I'm a washed up old geezer, but it's like it's being kind of driven home because it was like as I lost 8 points last week in arena, and it's because I just stupidly put I gave Elena a chance to crit me, and she did, and one shot one of my units. Right, that's what happened.
ooh,
Um, and the good, I even said this back in the day. I forgot my own mantra. Always assume that a physical is going to crit you, even if it's only 5% chance, right? So don't even put yourself in the situation. And I did just that, and she hit my, I think it was a mam. She hit mam for like 1,500. So, like, okay, that's it. Otherwise, the week was super easy, and you got first place. So congratulations.
yeah. I actually tried, and I didn't do my Iron Man challenge where I just keep the same team because I'm too fucking lazy to switch things out. And I'm
Oh, come
like,
on, you switch teams. You know you do.
I never used to. The only time I ever switched was back when we had A only rank when I got first place back then, and I was like switching around and messing with units. But most of the weeks I'm just lazy. I would auto some of the battles, or I would just throw in the same team. I wouldn't even bother. I'm a lazy motherfucker sometimes.
No, the auto is not bad. I've when I do some of my re-rolls for the first match in the next game, I'll just auto a bunch, and I'd be like, wait a minute, the auto just beat like 3 matches in a row with 128s each time. Like it's actually not that bad. So if you really want to be lazy, just,
Sometimes
you
it
know,
plays better. I mean, I'm hoping my
it does play
defense
better
plays
sometimes
better this week. It did
because
pretty
the
good
computer
last
like
time.
knows you don't know because it'll know like can you kill it? Like you don't necessarily know that, right? Like um I mean, you'll get the coffin thing, but like it'll know strategically, like um,
Right, or it'll
whatever.
do
You know what I mean?
things where it'll dogpile. Like you'll see
Yeah.
three moves line up that don't make any sense for move one and move two, and then move three
Right. That's
comes
what I. Yeah.
in, and then
Yeah.
it's like your unit's dead, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Almost like it's reading its own mind on the other team. So, anyway. Okay. So little tangent. So oh by the way, and thanks for photoshopping my 72nd place next to your first place.
That was
That
Peter.
was
You know I don't do Photoshop. This is me. I don't even make my own fucking thumbnails. Come
who's
on.
Peter? Is that another one of your
That's that
uh
Czar Peter dude who always gets drunk and comes and hangs around with us.
Oh, okay. I thought I
Yeah.
thought that was another one of your hopeless lackeys,
No, no, no,
lapdog.
no, no. I mean, if somebody is named Peter, I don't know which
Master
one of those
Kage, what do you
lackeys.
need now? How can I please you, Master?
I still need to have
Throw me
somebody
a
fill in
throw
a
me a treat,
Thresby.
Master Kage.
Shit. You sounded like Aunt Jemima all of a sudden.
Oh,
Wait, is
well.
she still a thing? I don't think she's a thing.
Incidental. No, she got canceled.
Oh, that's rough.
Uh, anyway, so of the, I think I now since coming back, I did 10 weeks before I quit of arena. Um, and then I've done maybe like two complete weeks now since coming back, or maybe three.
Hmm.
So of the 13 weeks that I've done in complete arena, that makes one for you and 12 for me that I've scored more than you, I think, maybe.
Maybe.
So congratulations.
Yay. Oh, apparently I still have Aunt Jemima. She's not canceled. I guess this is a collector's item at this point. It might be a
Yeah, I
collector's
bet
item.
you she goes for a lot on eBay. So,
It's funny. Uh,
well, anyway, so I got on a tangent. So
yeah, it's
somebody in
okay.
Arena Watch was like, and again, disclaimer, whatever, nice people, right? Helpful,
Sure.
but it was like, you know, because I posted the -8, and it wasn't a flex. I wasn't bragging, right? And then they were like, "Great job, you almost got it." I'm like, "Ugh, that's not a flex, right?" I mean, I want I want to say like, who the fuck do you think I am? But no, I'm trying to like behave myself because I know I'm a washed up has been, right? So
Yeah, they'll kick your ass out.
Oh, that's gonna happen. I'm sure that'll happen. Um, so I hope there's a spot in PvPenis for me.
Shit,
So
I might have to get you a forever home like Aces or some shit at some point.
yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, anyway, so they were like, if you carefully choose your teams before each match, you're more likely to get a perfect. It was like,
It's like, oh, really? Oh,
no
okay.
shit. And it was like a genuine, but it was like genuine, like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like childlike advice.
Oh,
If you do this, you might get a perfect the next time. Yeah.
it's like this
And
guy doesn't know any better, and he's like trying to help you out.
no, there's no malicious anything.
No,
It's
it's just like
like,
he's just giving you some solid general advice that he thinks you need because you're
yeah,
lacking.
and I understand intellectually that like if you didn't know me from before, you wouldn't necessarily know. You wouldn't like know that that's obviously something that I already know. And then on same thing happened the next. I think that was today actually. Um, I actually fat fingered. I didn't fat finger it, but I fat brained whatever the brain equivalent of fat fingering is. It's like brain fart.
Mm-hmm.
I put a wonky weapon on Dragon Lord True Form. I think it was the Dragon Breath Claw one. And you know that I know he's not a dragon. Right? You
Right.
know that.
Yeah.
Even in your trolliest of trolls,
Yeah.
right?
He's a Dark
And I
Lord.
was told, right. And I think I was the first NA player to max awaken him back in the day. So yeah, I'm very well, very familiar that Dragon Lord True Form is a question mark. But it's like, oh, you know, he's not actually a dragon, so you should equip a different weapon. Like, oh, fucking A, man. Like, yes, yes, thank you for the reminder. I did switch the weapon, but it's like, I know he's not a dragon.
So now you're with a
Why are
group
you
of
telling me?
people who don't think you know how to play Arena, and they're going to be looking for your replacement next month. That's what I'm getting out of this. Like, this guy's know how to gear his units.
This
This
guy
guy's
doesn't even
losing
know
points to
fucking
Elena.
who. He probably thinks that Seraphi's a hero.
Ah,
Like, I think I'm gonna actually start just asking the stupidest questions
Oh, you could be
and
like
like,
Judge then.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna be like, hey, so is HP good? Like, it's just shit like that. So
Does MP work for Jessica?
right.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, I mean, the guilds have definitely changed things around. They've got people to be a lot more aggressive and take this game seriously. Like if some people before who weren't arena savvy, I'm noticing more people are getting into arena now because of GVG and having to like make their own defense teams and change things up. It's interesting just seeing where people are because I've had a bunch of guildies where I've like talked to them and given them some ideas and they're doing better in arena now just from the whole thing, which hey, that's cool. I mean, more points to them, more coins, but normally they wouldn't have given two fucks about it.
Right.
In the past, they would have just went in, autoed a bunch of matches, but now they're like using it as practice and getting some ideas for what to do. So it's definitely changed things up. I don't know. I just wish the system was a little more leveled for just the regular users. Like this game needs a chat. I still don't know why we don't have chat. I don't know if it's Ukraine. I don't know if it's China. I don't know if it's Square Enix, but the game could use some form of chat
It's Donald
or
Trump's fault.
maybe who knows, but the game either needs a chat or they need to advertise some sort of official Discord in the game where people can like go and set up guilds and get things done. And they'll make a lot more money. These guilds, you've played War of the Visions. You get into a high-end guild, you start spending more money, you start spending more time in the game because you've
Well,
got
you
these
wanna you wanna
activities. Yeah.
you wanna compete with the other guilds, so
Yeah.
yeah. You wanna be a team player. You wanna
But if
be a
you have
top
no
contributor.
idea what's going on and you're just going, tournament to tournament, basically hitting whoever and hoping that you guys win, those people are going to fall off. They'll get bored in a couple of months and
Yeah.
probably quit.
Yeah, I mean, well, what nothing what's new, right? I mean, DQT has always been they shoot themselves in the foot with their gotcha monetization, which is I would call it predatory and not really. There's still no middle class in the game. There's still absolutely no
Mm,
middle class.
there really
There's
isn't.
there's you know, I guess there's the 15,000. No, it's not 15,000. It's 45,000 gem pity.
Yeah, they changed that up. Which, if you get that early on, then the next one is at 90K. So I mean, you might not even have
That's so
to.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they should just still give you the pity. Like so it's not a pity. It should just be like if you spend 45K, that is a guaranteed copy of the
So
unit.
like I
Like
got a copy of Zorro in like I think the first or second 10 pull. So then technically my next Zorro pull, if I don't get him at all, would be at like 84,000 gems deep.
and that
God
is a lot
hopes,
of
yeah.
gems.
God hope I don't have to go that far, which I won't. I mean, even though the banner's
Yeah.
gonna last until the end of July, I'm not gonna throw that many gems into it. There's too many banners coming up, but yeah.
Yeah. So the monetization still sucks. There's no like gem deals. Like War of
There
the
was
Visions
once
had.
time they did one once for like I think anniversary, and that was it. And it's like, did they not run the numbers? Did they not see that? Yeah,
Was it a like one purchase or was it like a
it
sales period where
was
you
as
could
many
make?
as you wanted. I mean, I kind of wished I had. If I knew the sale was in advance, I would have waited and just bought up a couple $100 worth because it would have saved me, over the course of a longer period of time. But I think I had topped up, and then a week later the sale dropped, and I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Was it like 10%?
I think it was like 20%.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a decent amount. It was a decent savings on the higher end packs, and I'm like over here like, fuck.
And I guarantee you, they made 10 times the money that they normally do because of that sale,
Oh yeah,
probably.
absolutely.
But something about the leadership of Square Enix and aiming is like, oh, we don't want more money. So,
They're they're taking a hit in general across the board. They've got a lot of failed projects on the board. Marvel's Avengers, Babylon's
oh, yeah.
Fall, uh, them
Oh,
selling
yeah.
off IPs for the West and giving them to another company to chase NFTs.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe I don't think it's as much aiming as it is Square Enix because
Oh, yeah.
Square's model followed to the other games. Like that Dragon Quest I game, I played it, I looked it over, and it had the same gem packages as DQT. So it's like when Chase goes and screams at the wind about how they need to fix these things and aiming needs to do that. It's like, no, it's not aiming. It's fucking Square,
What's
man.
what's that Simpsons meme where Abe, old man, yells at the sun or something
Oh
like that?
Jesus Christ. Oh man, just
Where's
yeah.
my orbs?
Uh, and he's still on
Um,
about that.
Chase. Oh man, I love that Chase exists because he just like you're like a what's the dog that just clamps on and never lets go?
A pitbull?
Like a yeah.
Huh.
You just like you've got a piece of Chase's ass in your mouth at all times, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
Well, it
Thank
helps
you,
when
Chase.
you pay $150 for my Guildie's account, come back to the game, and then say the game's still doing poorly. It's like why would you buy in to something that's doing well? I mean, he lives in his parents' house, so okay, he could make poor decisions, but in this case, I don't think him buying back into the game was a poor decision. I mean, you bought back into the game. Do you feel any regret for doing that?
Hell no! I only paid 50 bones for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got a good deal. I think he had like $80 worth of gems on there, and the account was 1 mil CP. So,
Dude, I had
yeah.
90,000 gems
Oh,
on it.
Jesus Christ. You got a way better deal.
I got a fucking great deal. Unfortunately, I got a max sorrow out of that. Um, so I basically the account had like shitloads of stuff missing, and so I was able to go back and clear like tons and tons of the little 10 gem things.
Oh, because of the
Um,
reminiscence?
Reminiscence and story and battle roads weren't even fucking done, and they still aren't done. I need to get Wax Murderer done, and then all those gems plus the 90,000 that I started with, plus like all the events that were because he didn't even do die. I had to do all the die stuff, and I only had like 5 or 6 days
Oh,
of die, so
Jesus.
I wasn't able to get Bar on Max
Ooh.
Awaken. But yeah, all those gems amounted to I think about 40,000 that I was able to get, and so I blew that entire load on Sorrow.
And then Pack asked if those were actually pay gems or were those all free or did he have a
And
mixture in
almost
there?
entirely free.
Almost entirely free. Okay.
There was like 800 paid, so there was some whaling happening on
Okay, so
there.
we definitely this guy at some point put some money into the game, and then he just was like, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. There's some awakened gacha units. I mean, I think yeah, his knocked was 3.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and then I pulled on the green banner and got another copy, so that was a knocked. I knocked
Ooh.
4, so that was kind of cool. Um, yeah, there was. I think he was a bit of a dolphin, I would say. So, but boy, the account needed so much work. I had to bust my ass to get that thing caught up. Um, just with like equipment rolls were terrible. Um, Battle Road 8s weren't even started. Um, 0 blossoming doors done. Um,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've been very slowly working working through those. Books were terrible. He didn't have any books, nor did he have um, a lot of useful skills leveled up. Like Seraphy wasn't even +10 on her heals and stuff like that.
So in
So
some respects, your old account was way ahead of his, and in others, it wasn't because he had, a good stockpile of gems, and he had some of the stuff you missed in between
yeah,
the
well,
leave
I
of
mean, he
absence.
had my old account went bye bye before Seraphy and other like need to have units. But yes, in some respects, my old account from fucking 10 months ago was still better because I had, I had already max awakened every possible story drop unit, like all the F through Bs. Those are maxed. These not at all maxed in, like not even close. I had already finished all the battle roads. Tons of S's were max awakened. Um, yeah, I mean,
This
whatever.
game
I'm
rewards
back.
people who play. That much is
Yeah,
certain. Even if you're free to
yeah,
play, if you put a lot of work into the account, the game rewards you for sticking around. That's a good thing about it. I mean, as predatory as the game can be, that's something nice where they can take some older units and they can really turn them around. It may take a
yeah,
long time. I mean, realistically, Dread Dragon is technically, I would say, the longest unit that would need some sort of rework. Because, I mean, KM, at least KM had some use. At least there were some
Oh, he
places
was
where,
fucking amazing
yeah,
his first couple of months.
yeah, where you would use him. But Dread Dragon was dead on arrival. Like, Dread
Yeah,
Dragon, nobody used him. So, I mean, I would consider him to be the longest running unit with zero viability and who
yeah,
eventually gets a rework because he will have a blossom. I think maybe it'll drop in August if we're lucky. We'll see, but
yeah.
supposedly
Doesn't he
that
get the big DLTF shaped fan breath?
yeah,
Uh,
he gets some nice stuff for Sizz, so I mean he'll be a good combo with Halberd Source
and
and a
is
couple
he
other
a
units.
dragon or a question mark?
He's
I'm
a
just kidding.
dragon.
I know. I'm just.
Oh, I don't know anymore because you went to AW.
I know. I know. Because I'm a retard now. I'm a retard now. So
You've been dumbed
what is
down.
what's the difference between brilliance and potency? Help me out, guys.
Oh Jesus
Um,
Christ.
yeah, anyway, so hey, we got a couple things. You want to talk about HutchGate for a little bit, or has that already been a
I
dead horse
mean,
at this point?
it's kind of a dead horse, but the thing is, I don't think the leadership for AW actually learned anything out of this. I feel like they're just going to repeat this again, and next month some other poor
On
slug's going
me.
to be on the. Well, maybe you, maybe Aces could be somebody else, and then it's like, well, you know,
Aces is a big old whale, and he's super pumped. I think he's probably
well,
like
I
the
mean,
dark
if
horse of the game.
I would hope that they take a lot of that into consideration. But it was like Hutch was a big time whale, and they just sent him out, and they didn't even bother to really train him. And there's no real rhyme or reason on it except the fact that I guess they didn't really like the guy. That's the vibe I
Well,
got.
so I'm in Arena Watch now, and I'm super like happy and grateful that so many people were trying to find me a home, which is
Hmm.
like awesome. Thank you, Tukey, thank you, Trop, Pack, Knock, and yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean everyone tried to find me a home. There's some collateral damage along the way. Sorry,
yeah, worked out for
but
me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Hutch found a home. Hutch didn't quit.
Thank
I
God for
reached out to
that.
him. I was like, "Hey, don't quit, man. Don't do what I did and just, leave a whale account to just fucking disappear." He spent thousands of dollars on. So, um, I, you know, there's like if if Arena Watch wants to be the guild where they're like, we don't have to train you. You're expected to be a fucking baller. Then that's fair. They can do whatever they want. I think it's just like the expectations could be clearer. Um, and by the way, they're not. I mean, they coach people a lot. So um, I think you have to reach out. Like you have to be the initiator of the coaching, and you have to like do it at the time that's convenient for them, which is fair. They're giving you the knowledge, so you kind of have to pony up the everything else. Um,
That's
you know
one
what
of
I
those
mean?
things
So
where if
expectations
somebody
just need to be clear.
if somebody doesn't know something's wrong on their level, they're not going to reach out for any sort of coaching. It's like any sort of job. If somebody does something a certain way, they're always going to do it that way until somebody points out that this is wrong or there's a better way to do it.
Well,
So,
so, back when I was playing before, I was in a management role. I'm not now. I stepped down from
hmm
that, but I was in a management role at my job. I had 5 employees, and one of the biggest things that drove me nuts, that made me want to just get rid of somebody, was not being self-aware, not taking like account of your own, having to be told that, right?
oof.
And so, and I think Hutch, let's just not shit on people that don't deserve it. But like, I think he lost a couple of matches, um, and I don't know. That seems kind of hard to lose. I can see it very, very easy to lose points, especially in GVG, especially against some of these higher end guilds. Yeah, you should probably be okay with just losing couple units here or there. You're losing a couple turns here or there, right? Like
Right.
getting a 160 in GVG is way harder than getting a 128 in Arena, I think. Unless you're up against like these little baby guilds. So,
Oh, then they're
but
easy to smash.
I mean, if you lose one, that should be a big blaring alarm. Like, holy shit, what? How do I not completely screw my team? And that's the only thing I would say is just like at some point you got to be self-aware. And if you're not built with that self-awareness, then you probably don't belong in a top guild.
Well, here's
Just
the
just,
thing, though. I mean, as a leader, anybody in the guild can see who loses. When I saw that we had one guy
true.
who was losing within like the first 10 minutes of the matches, and I tried to reach out to him, and I realized he wasn't on Discord. I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's just autoing every arena
Yeah,
match." It's like,
right.
and then for somebody else who lost, it's like, "Well, I spoke to him. Well, what happened?" It's like, "Oh, I got crit. I got, you know, this unit came up, they got crit." Okay, and they're like, What was your composition for the fight?" I was like, "Okay, well, you could have done this, this, and this." And I reached out to those people, and because if you don't, then it
Good
happens
for you.
again, and then if it happens again, then you're mad, and they don't learn anything, and the end result was when they kicked Hutch out. Hutch had no idea realistically why he was removed. It was his team compositions and possibly how he placed his units and did some things. So it's like even on the way out, they didn't have the courtesy to tell the guy the real reason they were getting rid of him. Which
Just like get that.
that's my gripe in the whole thing, to be honest. Because I get it. You don't want to, at that point, he's no longer part of the guild. He's trash at that point to these people. It's like here, Chuki, you take him, have fun with them, and he's now
A little
a broken.
hyperbolic, but
Oh, it is, but it's like he's a broken toy at that point. Have fun with him. It's like you've played the game with this guy for over a year, almost a year and a half. I mean, and you
mm,
invited him into your guild. The least you could do is send them off a little bit better than when you brought him in. Like, fuck. But that's just me. That's my only real gripe with it. I mean,
yeah,
you can kick
I
people
mean,
and cut them and do whatever, but you know, he's he would have just continued to repeat the same thing and maybe even been kicked out of Tuki's guild, at the end of this month, and then people would have been like, "Well, what happened there?" Like, and so it would have been a snowball effect. Like if something
you would see
happens
the
here,
next Tuki video. You would say, "Hola, Dragon Quest Tact, and Hachi is a gun.
and
Finito.
and Mr. X is no longer with us. He'd read a long white
Member
statement.
X is ex-member."
Yes, we have sent him off to another guild,
Love you,
and
Tuki.
I got fucked on a trade again because people like the trade
Adios,
members.
muchacho.
People like the trade members like the Yu-Gi-Oh trading cards or some shit. I don't get that at all. Like I'll trade you an Aces for a J Hutch. Like
And
okay,
it was a little bit like pro ball like that. It was like like there should be agents or something.
Something, I
Yeah.
don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen in the future, but I think it will. I don't think anybody except maybe Hutch has really learned because Hutch has been more communicative and he's been, more open and asking questions and things. So, if anything, he's learned in some aspect from it. And, I'm not just going to kick him and not tell him why and what's going on and try to work with him because I mean, he's a good player. He spends a lot of money and he doesn't want to quit the game.
He should put a eye patch on his whatever picture of himself and call himself Punished Hutch and come
Punished
back
Hutch.
with a vengeance.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
fuck everybody.
Come back and take out Trop, Celery, and Pack.
Yeah, just go Super Saiyan on everybody. It's fine.
What happened to Arena Watch? Well, Jay Hutch got to him. Oh, shit.
Right.
But yeah, so it is what it is. We'll see what happens next month. I mean, maybe this will be a month where there's no drama. People will be happy. Or maybe this will be the month where Big Dracky Squad goes against Starfall, and then they have a falling out, or Arena Watch beats Starfall, and then Starfall starts killing each other and cutting people's throats and everything. Because Southeast Asian players, the Chinese, they're very competitive.
Oh, they don't fuck around. They
No,
don't fuck
no.
around.
So if they take a loss, somebody's getting murdered.
Imagine
Somebody's.
being the lowest stamina contributor in 15 right now. You gotta be sweating.
Oof. Well, they better hope they have good performance in the arena, because if they don't, they're gone. But I mean,
This is like the guild thing, maybe more than just the game itself, but the guild thing. I think Nib Nation, the guild, would have avoided so many of these problems. Like because in Lost Ark, I wasn't the best player. It's a I'm not in my 20s anymore. My reflexes are a little bit slow, and it's a high reflex game, right? And it also requires a lot of time. I
right,
didn't
it's
have
an
enough time to
ARPG.
be. Yeah, and it also demands so much more of your time. So I wasn't like the best player, but I was a guild master. I kicked ass at that. We were one of the highest level guilds, and I really enjoyed it. And I feel like, at this point in my life, as I'm making my way through my my mid 30s, I feel like kind of transferring from the performer to the daddy role, like the mentor role, or just the guildmaster role. I did so much, like I actually act mature, believe it or not, when I'm in that role, instead of just this petty asshole that I normally am.
So you get some experience. Like Shark Eye had said, he's got a lot of World of Warcraft experience under his belt for guild leadership and things. And like,
I can tell he's a fucking solid guy.
yeah.
I like him.
So I mean, there's people in there who could definitely, if they they let them step up, they can show them what to do, what to handle things. Because some of this stuff is universal. I mean, if you've played an MMO and you've run a guild, running a guild on the phone, pretty much the same thing. Some of the
It's
same
just
things,
people.
don't change. Like you learn the players of the guild, you learn who they are, you learn their strengths and their weaknesses, and you know you learn to make do with it because you can't always replace somebody in a lot of these situations, like especially in
Right.
some of these older MMOs. I mean, good luck finding like a healer, like wanting to replace a healer with another one. That's not always an option. So the better
Yeah, and then
option.
you run into the challenge of like then you have to kiss the ass of the healers in your guild, and then that's not good because then you're compromising your leadership position and you're making it
Oof.
unfair for others who aren't healers, you know? So,
So it was like you had to like teach these people how to heal because you couldn't just go back to the pool and play Go Fish and hope to find somebody better. So that way,
right.
next month you
Recruiting
can.
is hard.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, in those games. So people learn the value of a person pretty quickly, depending on what they did. And then some of those games it was numbers because a lot of those games it wasn't just 20 players. Sometimes the cap was like 3 or 500, and you
Right.
weren't going to get 3 or 500 in a non-Zerg guild. So if you could get 100 people, you were happy to have 100 people who could work together. It was an accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Absolutely.
it's hopefully Shark Eye rubs off on him and he's able to impart some of his wisdom on them so they don't do this again. Because from the sound of it, they probably will. Because I don't think anybody over there learned anything, and Okay,
I don't know.
you know,
We're talking about some of the players that I enjoy the company of by far more than most people. Trop and Pack, they're top five for me in terms of like people that I like in DQT. You know, but that doesn't mean you can't still like look at what could have gone better. And I think it's a dead horse at this point. We all know. I mean, that communication was, you know, not good.
right,
So,
right. So it's like what at this point, it's
but their
hopefully,
reasoning, I get the reasoning. I just they're whatever. We don't have to talk about it.
yeah.
So speaking of me being a misanthropic asshole, we have uh, the Dragon Quest Tact Community Dipshit tier list, which, as folks may know, is something that I started way back in the day, which kind of evolved. We had some contributions from Mr. Kage. Um, Laliet helped me put this together. Noct was a big contributor as well. Um, so are you able to like, oh, there it
Yep,
is.
getting it on the screen now, and then let
So,
me.
let's see. Who is AA in your YouTube chat?
I don't know.
He said I don't know what a coffin is. No, that's Chase, bro. I know what a coffin is.
I don't know what to call.
Uh,
Oh God.
let's see. So the desktop version has the actual formatting. So we've got. I still don't think there's a bigger troll or bigger dipshit in the game than Laval. Um,
That guy's still
you can probably.
around. That the fact that he was still hanging around the Reddit and making these outrageous claims like, "You guys, the guild system, you're gonna be able to go to every guild and get 30,000 gems and do all." It's like even I read the fine print on this one, and I don't read shit.
So he's already at a 10 for dumbass. I could go to 11 just for extra credit. I'm gonna do that.
But that was like, okay. I mean, it's like no. And then you read the actual rules of the guild. It's like you have to be in the guild for 14 days, or you don't get any monthly gem credit. You have to do this and that, and if you kick somebody who's inactive, you lose all their points. And it's like, oh, yeah, this gift system is pretty heavy-handed. Because I mean, if a leader goes AFK for 2 weeks, they're still getting their reward. They can come back and pocket it, but I mean,
Right.
if a normal member goes AFK for like a week, which I had that happen, I figured, oh, I'd be safe. I'll just kick him, and I
Yeah.
won't take a penalty. No, I took a penalty for a guy not playing a game for an entire week. Like, in most cases, people would say that person is dead. I mean, that dude left the discords, all of them, the official mine, the whole 9 yards, completely
Yeah.
disappeared. And he was like my lowest CP member who I took a chance on. I'm like, okay, you know what? It was first come, first serve. You got in here. As long as you play and you're active, I'm happy. And then he didn't even tell me he was fucking quitting. It's like, fuck
Oh
yeah.
god. Yeah, they got. I don't know why they didn't give. You should be able to kick at any time. That's so fucking stupid. But
Without,
it's not surprising.
I would say you should be able to kick at any time, and you only take the penalty if they're active. Like if they're an active member and you kick them, you deserve to take a penalty for it because you're screwing them on their rewards. But if
Yeah.
somebody doesn't log in for like
Well,
five
they sign up for
days,
a defense team and then they don't attack.
oh, that's
That's
the
like,
uh,
yeah.
that one you're really boned on because
That
that's
happened in Maury's Glories, which is the first guild I joined
mhm.
like last month. There were 20 defense teams, and we had some days where only 16 or 17 attacked. It's like it's never gonna work, guys. So
No, and it's not a big time commitment. You get on, you do
I know,
one
just auto it.
match,
If you just get 10 points at least.
something. I mean, you weren't in a competitive guild. You were in a guild just for people were playing, and you're like just
Yeah,
hoping
you get
they,
30
you
gems
know.
for doing it.
So it's
Anyway,
it's just like, and what do you do as a leader? You can't. They're locked in. They're there until, they get their reward or until the fifth, and and technically, I mean, if you weren't quick enough. And they didn't take their gems until the last second, they could set a defense, sit in your guild for like another couple of weeks. They could be a real pain in the ass.
yes.
So
So we're
there's
getting on a
yeah.
tangent here.
Go.
I think this is probably a multi episode project, the dipshit
Oh,
list.
I believe so.
So why don't we just go through the names real quick and filter out people that we know are just gone forever. Um, maybe not. Well, they'll be there for posterity, but like folks like Sanji Ford, Jaster, Skull, um, that don't have any scores that are also gone forever, then they can just be deleted, and then we'll have to add, or
Yeah,
maybe we'll just replace those names with people that should be added.
yeah, we could do that because I mean, Josser's been gone for a minute. He was like, I don't know, he was Sebastian the Crab. He was our fun little
Yeah,
Jamaican guy. Skull's around, but he's like very, he's I don't know, he's around once in a while, so he's still there. But Sanji disappeared. TF, I don't remember TF. Alex completely disappeared, and so did
Penny
Puny.
disappeared too.
Yeah, and then of course you got Foxy's gone, Kuda's gone. All these other people are.
Yeah, but Foxy made enough of a splash that I think deserves to be kind of on the Hall of Fame here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely, definitely made a splash, and we'll never forget her. She's kind of like my dog Bear Bear.
so who should we add? So we got Chase, yourself, Locrian. Who is Locrian 41?
I don't even remember. Like I
Probably some asshole that pissed me off.
maybe. I mean, we'd have to go back and look on the main Discord and cross-reference your name with this guy and see what he said about your mother or something. I don't know.
Ah, yeah. And there's me. Yes, I should be on there. Easy M. Oh, Easy was a real fucking dick.
Oh, that
So,
that guy was just a parasite. That guy was like bitching about having to spend money on the passport and all this other stuff. I'm like,
oh, still? God.
yeah,
All right.
and I think he finally disappeared. But it's like, I asked him one day. It's like, do you go to Starbucks? He's like, yeah. You spend more money at Starbucks than you would on a passport in a month. Like,
Some people go there every day. That's 150 bucks a month.
yeah. So it's like
So,
you don't want to put $5 in this game out of principle, but you'll give $150 a month to this corporation for coffee because you can't make
right.
your own. Okay.
And the coffee just goes through you and pisses right out, and it's gone forever. Whereas DQT is not eternal, but it's a little more,
it's
a little more resilient than
definitely
your coffee that you're gonna piss out in two
it's
hours.
definitely going to last longer than what Chase said. First he said this, the past Thanksgiving, and now he's saying that the current Thanksgiving is when this game is going to die. The guy does not
Oh
learn.
God,
The guy, yeah, it's like he.
dude,
I just can't with him.
it's that you're just trying. I'm talking to Chase here. You're just trying to be controversial right now. It's not, it's not going to be down by Thanksgiving. Come on. Fuck, man. Anyway, I might have to do another debate with him. Although I need to like actually learn what the fuck this game's all about before I do
Well,
that.
so
So I
does
can
he.
be, yeah.
Maybe it'll be a
All
learning
right. So
experience for both of you.
lightning round. Locrian 41. Oh wait, Aqua. Who's Aqua?
Aqua was somebody on the Discord. I remember them. They mostly hung out in like Platt's Discord and mine, but I don't remember them ever talking.
Gotcha.
But they definitely disappeared too. They are gone.
Gotcha. Lucas. We all know Lucas. I think I'm gonna bump down Lucas's score for asshole to 4. He's a nice dude. He
He,
just says stupid things.
yeah, and apparently he's still around, still playing. He just doesn't get on the communities anymore. And I think his only lifeline at this point is Avery. I don't think he talks to anybody else.
Avery's not on here. Okay, let's.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
gonna.
Yeah, you can put
So there's a
Avery on there.
spot. There's a free spot under Altimono. I'm gonna get Avery on there. Um. Okay, we got Oinkaments, obviously.
He's gone.
Yeah. Oxy, Kuda, Laliet. I don't. Laliet scored himself entirely. I don't think he's an 8 for an asshole. Do you?
No, I mean unless you're part of his YouTube audience and we're watching his videos and then they disappeared all of a sudden. He did like a whole series and then just took it down one day. But no, he's not an
Uh,
asshole. He's a nice guy.
yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him a 4. So I'm editing it on the desktop version. For whatever reason, Google Docs doesn't allow you to keep the proper formatting, like the color changes and the average scoring in the overall column. So I'll just upload this as I update it. So Laliet is now lower on the asshole. Um, Not even really a troll either. He's just like a solid bro.
Yeah, he's a
I'm
nice
gonna move
guy.
that down.
I
So
don't see anything with him where I'd be like, yeah, no. I mean, He's
Sophist, I think, yeah, because he sometimes asks like weird leading questions that are just out of nowhere, but uh, nobody's perfect. Uh, let's see. Where are we at? Trop. Okay. Trop, obviously a mainstay of this game.
yeah,
Um,
he'll be around.
I think he has earned his 2 for dumbass because I don't know how the motherfucker spends no money and still gets a gold like every week. So,
That's an
um,
accomplishment. Can't take that
yes,
away from him.
yes. Um, he only has a 3 for troll. Trop, I love you, but eh,
Yeah, I feel like
I think we've,
he's higher than that.
I think a 6 at least. What do you
I
think?
would give him a 6.
Yeah. I mean, no one's gonna say that he's not a fucking badass skill wise at the game, but troll, yeah. So,
Yeah.
um, let's see. Insane. We all love Insane. I don't, he scored himself. I know he scored himself because he wouldn't be a 5 in me in assholishness. Um, I would say he's actually a 3 in asshole, and maybe like a 2 in sophist. Is I don't know what
I'd
is there
say
any
he could
downside to Insane?
be.
He's a fucking kick ass dude.
I mean, he could be a hell of a troll when he wants to be. When he wants to mess with like Chase. I'm
Okay,
pretty
so
sure
he's a troll,
he
but like a really nice.
definitely trolls the fuck out of Chase, or he has before, and he's definitely supplied me with ammunition and thumbnails and things. So he's up there for
Oh yeah,
troll.
he's aware of the
Yeah,
trolling
he
and
knows. He
participates and
knows.
like he sent me DMs and stuff like, hey, did you see that dumbass? You know, kind of along the lines of that. So,
Yeah,
but dude, fucking amazing guide
he's a
videos from
nice
this
guy.
guy.
He's a
Um,
nice guy.
yeah, I'm gonna move the dumbass down to 2. So, um, let's see, we got knock, um, another super super nice dude. He gave himself these scores. He gave himself 5 for asshole. I moved him down to a 1 because I've literally never seen Knock hostile.
Yeah,
Like he's just
he's no. I'm like he'll hide in a turtle shell before he'll fight. I mean he
yeah,
ended up going to a no name guild just to get out of all the drama and stay away from everything. Like the guy just he's not about that. He's not that
yeah,
type of person.
yep. And he gave himself an 8 in troll, and I don't really think
Uh,
so. I think
I don't.
you know,
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit high for him too. I mean, he could be a little
yeah,
trolly, but I'm not sure if he's. Yeah, no. I would say lower, maybe like a 5.
yeah, yeah.
And he's
All right,
definitely
we're gonna
not a
keep going here.
dumbass.
We got 3 minutes. No, definitely not. I mean, he scored himself. Like as you can see, he was one of the major contributors to this list. Perp, um,
Hmm.
not an asshole.
Nah, he's not really
But
an
I
ass.
would say, considering his YouTube career, I would say he has earned at least a 6 in the dumbass category.
Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
that's pretty fair. I mean, he's been at this for a long time. He's been spinning his wheels, and yeah,
Yeah. So sorry, I'm gonna bump you up to a 7 in dumbass, but I'm gonna bump you down in sophist. No, I'm gonna bump you down in asshole. He's not an
yeah, he's
asshole.
not an asshole.
So Delzor, I don't know why I gave him a 1 on dumbass. I think he just had all the knowledge, but
Uh,
nobody really is a 1 in dumbass. Everyone's got a couple of holes
I
in their
mean, to
brain
be
at some point.
fair, knowing what we know about the game now, I'd probably give him about a 4 in dumbass because I mean, some of the stuff he said didn't
Fair,
really hold up over time.
fair. I got him. I got him a 4. So, um, but he was like he earned his 1 in Cringe Lord. I think I think was one of the mentally sane people, the rare mentally sane
Yeah,
people
you
who
couldn't
played.
throw that guy off his
Yeah,
kilter. He just did not lose
very
his.
even
Yeah,
keeled. EC,
I don't.
I don't even
Now he's
whatever.
gone. I mean, he's like Alti. Alti's gone too. I don't.
Alti's gone, and I think Alti has a good score here. He was just chillest motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
We got 2 minutes. Let's get some names on here. Avery is on here. We can score him later, but let's get some names on.
Okay.
Kaga, I still have on there. Skull, I still have on there, but we can score later. So who is not on here? We have Sharkai.
Oh yeah, let's add
So
Shark Guy. He's definitely.
in order to be on the dipshit tier list, you just need to exist. This doesn't mean you are a dipshit or an asshole or a sophist or anything like that. So you're just
Except,
you're on the spectrum.
yeah.
So
Oh, he definitely is on a spectrum.
on not that spectrum, the
Oh.
DQT spectrum. So, okay, Marco S. Well, how do you fucking spell it? Marco SLS. Okay, he's definitely a candidate.
Oh,
And
he's
who else?
definitely as well. I'd probably
We
throw
got.
Sar Peter on there as well.
Oh my God, how is he not on this
Yeah, how
already?
is he not
Sar,
on this list?
Peter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go troll and dumbass 10 and 10. So here we go, and we'll give them other scores later.
Yeah, we'll figure out the rest
Um,
later.
and there's one more spot on here. I'll have to reformat this chart after this, but who else are we missing here? Let's just look at your
Trying to think who else we're really missing.
Duke of Bees.
Oh, there you go. Your buddy. Your best friend.
And I gotta make sure I get Hex. How the fuck do you spell his name? Hex.
Yeah, definitely get
So,
Hex on there too.
might have with the addition of those two, might have to dethrone Laval. So, anyway,
I don't think anybody could dethrone that guy and his crazy conspiracy theories with the mobile games market.
well, he has an 11 in dumbass now, so he's got an 8.8 overall. Pretty hard to knock him off. So,
Chase
so
will try.
we're at 12. We'll keep updating this.
Mm-hmm.
I think at least a monthly, if not a weekly or a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah, we could do something. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's wrap it up. How do we wrap this up? I forgot how to do it.
I don't even remember how to wrap it up anymore, to be honest. Like, I don't even think we did our normal opening, whatever the fuck that was. It's
No. The normal update is like, where we talk about the game we love and whatever. And
yeah,
I
something.
think wrapping up, we were, like we're gonna review so and so's account next time. Let us know if there's any topics you want us to go over, or if you disagree with the dipshit tier list in any way, let us know. So there you go. That was it.
Yeah, that works out enough for me. Well, thank you for joining. We'll be back again next week. Time up for interpretation. We'll figure it out.
TBH.
Yeah, to be determined. Take it easy, guys. See you next time. Peace.